Twitch chat Wardog message over! Welcome back guys to day 16 of our Zhongjiang campaign and what is almost guaranteed to be my last stream of 2019 because I'm out tomorrow night and it's not a normal stream day, so this is almost definitely my last stream of the year. And what a year it has been. But you guys don't care about that, you guys want to see some Zhongjiang, so let's get the live scene on the go. There we go. So yes, we return once again to the Thai Dominion. When we last left off, we were, of course, if I zoom out, we are at war with the rest of China. The year is 237 AD. We are at war with practically the entirety of China. And we are still pushing on all fronts to try and push back mostly the Duchy of Shu Han and the Kingdom of Wu, but a few other bits and pieces in between as well. And of course, my community has determined that this roleplay campaign ends when 64-year-old Zhongjiang dies, because as our court will indicate, Lu Jung, her sister, has died. Zhongjiang does have a husband that is also her heir now, but they haven't produced any children. So the community has decided that since this was a Bandit Queen roleplay, and there's no lineage essentially, that the campaign will be finished when Zhongjiang dies, which could be this turn, could be next turn, could be 20 turns from now, who knows. But this, the situation that we're in, is we are presently at war with everybody. Wang Yi has a level up stacked, and I've forgotten who was sponsoring Wang Yi. That's Doomsday, he's not here. Who else has got one? Guangqiu Dian was, that's Imhotep. Don't think Imhotep's here. Bao Hui Shan, I think, is David's new character, and David's not here right now. Hey Joe, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream, bud. And then the other one is a warning that Cao Jie is not happy at all. She has a lack of purpose and desires a higher court position. Looks like all of our armies have moved for the turn, but we do have a reform to pick because it's spring. So we'll go ahead and get a reform picked. Anybody who is in the chat, feel free to put your opinions in. We are, of course, playing with Sponsor and Officer activated, which, you know what, I'm going to be super duper lazy, because I got some new commands on the go, and say, there you go, there's the Sponsor and Officer spiel that I've rolled off multiple times. Actually got some good sleep for once, Joe, excellent. Right, what are we going to pick for a reform? I don't think we really need an available assignment. I'm tempted to grab that for the satisfaction for vanguards. Satisfaction for champions. Satisfaction for strategists. With less character salary as well. It might get the... Oh, actually, Bandit code. That's almost got to be picked, hasn't it? So we're going to go with Bandit code, I think. You must aspire to be the best version of yourself possible. And that version is this list. The Bandit code. No worries, Ryan. Alright, we will proceed into the summer of 237 and see what kind of trouble our enemies bring. Kingdom of Wu will sign peace with us. That's an interesting offer, especially if they're paying for it. But I think they vassalized basically everybody else. Shu Han, Jia Ji, and Feng Xiu Pei. Well, Shu Han accounts for most of the front line. Jia Ji's down there. And Feng Xiu Pei is down in the southwest, so the only people we'd be able to finish off would be the Duchy of Song, who have 3 random pieces, the Yellow Turbans, Ma Zun, and Long Juan Yan, who has 2 bits down there, which probably wouldn't even be worth taking if we were at peace with everybody around them. It's an interesting offer, but I'm kind of in a position where if we took it, all we would do is hoover up 5 cities and then we'd be stuck. So I feel like it's probably a no. And since I think everybody's gone right now, we're just going to go ahead and go with no, despite the fact that it would have been 86,000 copper over 2 years. But it's not worth it. Yeah, just stall the game out. We'd end up with nowhere to go. Trouble brewing. A rivalry can be healthy as a platform for 2 warriors to better themselves. If it is allowed to sour into bitterness and resentment, then issues will arise. 2 of your officers are becoming heated with one another, and it is affecting their performance. Perhaps you should investigate. The relationship between Ti Shuyu and Zhu Ju has deteriorated. Matty, thank you so much for the sub, buddy. Welcome to your continued membership of the Wolf Pack. I really do appreciate that, bud. Thank you very, very much, and welcome to the stream. You have arrived on day 16 of our Zhongjiang campaign, but as a Wolf Pack member, feel free, if you want to sponsor an officer, to do so. I'm going to figure out where my forces are. I still have Ji Bun down this way. Is he encamped? He's at the toolmaker. It's very open out there. We could take him off the road and drop him into ambush, which we will do. Seeing that, Xiong Tingjing has gained the philanthropic trait. Who have we got over here? Si Shujuan rather. And she is... well, it looks to me like she's heading towards Chang'an. She's got a fully replenished army. So we will... yeah, we'll stick her in forced march, or march stance I guess. And we'll put her into the city. She's going to head towards Shangyong. I cut out a bit, Matty. When did I cut out? What did you miss? I need to wait for Ryan to come back from his cuppa to make Zhongwan's move. Zhongjiang is still replenishing, but should be able to... oh, hello. That's pretty scary. Jujun returns from the grave with grim tidings. It's all fucked. It's game over, man. Game over. It's almost game over. I can't imagine Zhongjiang's going to live too much longer. But of course, once Zhongjiang dies, we will be starting our Cao Cao campaign. And the community has voted on that as well. We will probably be starting the Cao Cao campaign in the new Mandate of Heaven 182 start when that comes out in a couple of weeks. Mandate of Heaven, guys, it's brand new, it's coming soon. Ryan is back. Ryan, what are your orders for Jiangwan? You're currently outside of Hedong, where Marzun is. There's a small garrison in there, so technically he outnumbers you.
It's Stephen, lose the Warhammer 2 vote. I'm going to kill.
I think they're going to lose. It's looking a lot like the Empire are winning. Summon the Elector Counts! Go into ambush, says Jiang Wan. Very well, you are in ambush, Ryan. Empire is fucking basic as fuck, even with the new update. I haven't played since the new update, but I do agree that like there's certainly more exotic races than the Empire, but I have an affinity for them. I like them. I'm gonna drop Zhang into ambush as well and see if that Yellow Turban army can be coaxed out of there. Love the Empire, but played it way too much. Yeah, I definitely understand that feeling. They were the first one I played as, and I definitely understand that. Wei Wen here is going to try and get rid of Yuan Shang. Doesn't look like it should be too difficult for him. There is a mod on the workshop, Tyler, that I got. I'm going to make sure that it works properly and stuff. But I've got it for the campaign on Thursday, which removes all of the debuffs and the buffs that the AI gets. Yeah, please stop cheating, yeah. Yuan Shang captured. Apparently Wei Wen and him are rivals, but I'm not sure if they were beforehand. So for this time I'm going to release him. Get some replenishment. Tested it, it's good, but it makes some factions ridiculously easy. Okay. Who are the factions that it makes ridiculously easy? To be fair, I'm not even bothered if it makes things easy, because I don't know if you've noticed, Tyler, but when we're playing with sponsor and officer on, sometimes the community makes things harder than playing the game as a default would be. Right. Who we got down here? Wang Yi. Tyler, did you sponsor a new officer after Jujun passed, or are you yet to do that? I don't think you did you? Oh, I still have Jujun listed as alive as well in here, which he is not. Kinda just wanting to chill for now. That makes sense. To be fair, it depends how long Zhang lives, but this campaign could end next turn. We're at the point now where we're just waiting for her to die and trying to get as much done as possible in the meantime. All of these guys are going to proceed towards the crossing. I'm trying to keep them together. We've seen those notifications. We do still have the Grand Commandant position available. But that's going to do it for the summer, I think. I think next DLC is 100% going to be Orcs and High Elves. As in, like, giving them extra lords and extra stuff to do. Probably. They haven't had any love for a while, so... There's a lot of Lizardmen lords. Like, I counted all the lords up. There's 59 lords in Warhammer 2, by the way, if you include all the free LCs and DLCs. But, like, Lizardmen have got, like, 7, if I remember rightly. A steed to rival the ages. The master animal trainer from one of your commanderies gifts you a most beautiful horse. This is a rare specimen that wasn't easy to break in, he claims. But such is the way with the greatest steeds. This magnificent beast is clearly fit for only for one of high station with the utmost courage. Oh, we got Dilu! I've never gotten Dilu through a horse trader before. Typically it turns up from an event. Don't know if it's supposed to turn up from a horse dealer, but even if it's not, Zhongjiang is definitely going to swap her brown elite for Dilu. I could do with a new horse being prime minister and all that. Yeah, you could. Kemler, Gorst, Isabella, Vlad and Manfred. Yeah, I think there's 5. There's certainly more lizard men than seemingly anybody else, if I recall correctly. Oh shit, where did they come from? Not really sure I'm a fan of that. Alright, no, it is the top of a new turn, isn't it? So we need to move Sir Shujuan. I'll push her up through this valley. Ji Bun is currently hidden. I don't believe, no, none of him or his officers can do night attacks, so we probably don't want to upset those guys. Stubborn, uncomplicated, tolerant, solitary and scarred. I think we're going to leave Ji Bun in ambush and hope that they don't spot him. I will go and put Herdong under siege. Very well, Ryan. Are you sure? You will probably be outnumbered. Marzun's army is there. So a few level 1 units dotted around. Looks like the highest is a level 6. A lot of militia. Got some saber infantry there. I think the rest of their entire army is militia. And these 2 axe band. Yeah, we'll siege them and starve them out. Okie-doke. Jiangwan. If you did attack them this turn, you would lose no matter what, so they're probably going to attack you in the end turn. No cav, no trebs, better officers. You'll have a big advantage if they sally out. Okay, I think I see where you're going with that. These yellow turbans are looking a bit on the beefy side. I have to wait a bit with that. I'm gonna bring Wei Wen down here. This is gonna be nasty. 15,000 of us against, well, more or less 11,000 of them. Oof, lots of loot in that one. Lady Bien captured. 77-year-old. Please let her retire. Stop pushing her out. Lien Junying. 46. Can't really do much with her either, so we'll just release her. And we will take the replenishment. Dan Wei gained the composed trait. Wang Yi and Qiao Zhou are now friends, as is Wang Yi and Huang Chuan. Cao Ren, I think a different Cao Ren than the famous one, and Hu Ningxu were both killed against us. And we shall pile across the river as well, I think. You can go last.
整装待发，正在行进。目标只有一个，做好准备，向前进军。悉听尊便。振作起来！
He's not gonna make it.
开战！
Looks like there was a few level ups there. We've got one for Wang Yi, which we will hold. We've got one for Bao Huishan, which we're going to hold because that's David's character. Got one for Tishu Yu. She is a 57-year-old level 4 sentinel with a trader background. She's direct, ascetic, philanthropic, charitable and vengeful. And she's got the choice of composure, patience or diligence. I feel like someone who's direct, whilst it tends to, I mean, yeah, doesn't necessarily mean that she's impatient, but it kind of lends itself towards that. So we'll give her diligence. So I think that ties a bit more to being philanthropic and charitable. It did just make her legendary as well. And then Dan Wei has also leveled up. 52-year-old legendary level 4 sentinel. Tax collector background. Creative, composed, trusting, tranquil, strong and artful. He's got precision, patience, scholarship, stability and perception. I feel like composed and tranquil and strong. He's a pretty stable personality, so we'll give him stability. Swear to God, if Lady Bien outlives Zhong Zhang. Yeah, it's looking like she could. Who knows? Like, you don't know when they're gonna die at that age. Once they get past like 60 odd, they could go any time. We'll push on though. Not sure what's going on here. Oh, okay. So those two armies that have got 2 retinues each have attacked the toolmaker, and apparently Ji Bun was unintentionally close enough to back them up, which means we would win. Excellent. Hope you don't get stuck with beastmen at least. We'll make the most of whatever we get. We gained an ancillary there. It's more about like just having fun on Total War and having fun as a community. Like I don't play on anything higher than normal difficulty anyway. Like I'm not here to prove how good at Total War I am. Ryan, it looks like Ma Xun has indeed sallied out. He outnumbers you by 1,700 men. What are we doing? I think you can win that fight with clever use of cavalry. Wish I had your confidence. They've got a lot of spear infantry, which means that the cavalry would need to be heavily micromanaged. So whilst I do agree that it's possible, it's also very easy to lose them if they accidentally get caught by G militia whilst I'm not looking. Ahem. Let's get down to business to defeat Mazoon. What's the choice here, Ryan? You need to make one soon. Fight it! Oh dear. Here we go.
吾等妙计，必当淹没敌军。
我等着看你能不能跟得上我。
Jiang Wan and his wife Tao
敌方必将
Jingjin.
无力还手。心存智略，必将取胜。前进吧！
This is going to be a tough fight. Tough fight. Honestly, I've lost all the Total War skillets I had. Either that or they just shifted the balance and I haven't adapted. I assume you mean skills and not skillets. Because I don't know what a Total War skillet is. Or at least Total War Warhammer 2. I haven't played Total War Warhammer 2 in a long time, so Thursday is going to be an interesting stream. For sure. Deploy the... nah fam, skillets. Mad skillets fam. Deploy the cavalry in concealment, wait for the enemy to engage, start to hammer and anvil with the cavalry, focus on breaking morale. Check out our grand... Well, actually, no, you're the Prime Minister now, aren't you, Ryan? This terrain is not ideal. Ooh. Okay, we'll do Saber Militia in the center. Saber Infantry on their flanks. The axe bands and the Blades of the West, of course, Ryan's personally named Pearl Dragons, will be waiting to the rear for an opportunity to charge. And the G militia will make up our flanks. Looking forward to the caltrops that militia units are going to be getting with Mandate of Heaven as well. Gives them a little bit something extra to do in battle. I think we'll start the cavalry here and then withdraw them back into those trees. Have you got flaming shot for your trebs? No, you don't. Ryan, I'm going to put you center of the formation with Wi-Fi, and Chun Jun will be towards the back with the trebs. Start battle.
前
Move
进
the！cav back.
当心，敌人有援兵相助。
Jiangwan. When did you grow facial hair, Ryan? Or when did your character grow facial hair? He doesn't have that on his portrait. That's interesting. Maybe it's because he's old now. I had to store his badassery somewhere, so you stored it in facial hair. So now we wait. We wait for the enemy to come to us. We've got a lot of trees and stuff to cross. With the amount of battles he's won, he'd probably have a full beard relay. I don't know if there's any scientific evidence to prove that winning more battles grows bigger facial hair. Kinda glad 40k beastmen are making a comeback. Are they? I didn't know that. The bigger the badass, the bigger the beard. Beastmen are coming to 40k? I love the formations and stuff in Three Kingdoms. We rarely get to use them because of how prominent militia troops end up being, but
住口！受死吧！
they've always been in it, but they just put them back in some of the rulebooks. Is it to do with them basically rewinding the timeline? What is going on with 40k? I feel like I've missed something huge here. I'm just gonna pull the Blades of the West back behind the Trebs. I didn't tell them to run, but they're having a little bit of a jog. Oh, I just spotted them on a mini-map down this way. So that would have been in these trees, crossing down onto the road. Also, no, it has nothing to do with the Age of Sigmar getting undone thing. What? Age of Sigmar getting undone? What? My uncle's big on Warhammer and he was talking something about them doing some big rewrite with Age of Sigmar. They're going back to fantasy to some degree. Hold up! What the hell are you talking about? Like 40k is getting a massive retcon, is that what you're saying? Age of Sigmar was doo-doo and fantasy is coming back. 40k is still going on its whole Ultra Smurf Primarch comeback thing. Oh, of course, right. Age of Sigmar is something to do with fantasy, not 40k, right? Like, yeah. Wasn't the Age of Sigmar like something to do with the end times and stuff like that? And they're getting rid of that and bringing back classical or classic fantasy. Is that what we're saying? They're going back to a Age of Sigmar, and things could go on a different route. Interesting. Marzoon's forces moving through the trees. Of course, if Marzoon loses this battle, he will probably be almost guaranteed to be wiped out. Unleash the giant sky boulders. I don't know if they're quite within range yet. They're not. Unleash the giant sky boulders. I don't know nearly enough about 40k. I absolutely love Warhammer's like lore and the universes, both fantasy and especially 40k. But the tabletop for me is just too expensive to try and get into, so I never bothered. It's why I really like Warhammer Total War, because it's basically a way to play almost tabletop Warhammer without spending a small fortune.
你似乎很是吃力，需要帮手。
愿汝之刀锋利于汝之唇舌吧。
The sky boulders are now flying, Ryan, indeed. How does Wifey compare to Marzoon? Wifey's pretty average. She's only got a bronze weapon, and we can't see Marzoon right now, so I don't really know. Stand still, Marzoon. She's better than him, at least in terms of damage. He's got 2,000 more health than she does. He's got more armor than she does. It'd be a close fought affair, for sure.
你尽可做得更好。
如也就这点能耐，何不再努力一把？
Their entire army is in loose formation. And because their entire army is in loose formation, we are going to ban the Zai at them. Because of course we get better charge bonuses against enemies who are in loose formation, and also assault infantry are just better at attacking anyway.
友军正在遭受攻击。
进军，进军！
骑兵听令，前进！速速前进！
骑兵，上马！现在行动！射手就是，赶快前进！
Without sacrifice, there can be no victory. Welcome to the stream, Spunking.
敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫！
马军听令，尽情厮杀！骑兵准备，赶快前进！
准备就绪，赶快行动！
骑兵注意！做好准备，加速前进！
Not you.
出军
Certainly
待
not
命，
you.
杀光敌军！
骑兵听命！敌军四散而逃，到底是无胆鼠辈！骑兵听命！骑兵就绪，不要留情！
and my wifey rush Marzu? You can indeed. They're in there with G Militia though, so you may end up taking some damage.
骑兵在此，行进！快走，快走！
顽强不屈。
准备就绪，我坚如磐石。做好准备。
时时已尽，拔剑杀敌。
跑起来！赶紧走！片甲不留。射手准备。
Why don't you guys try maneuvering yourselves forward?
敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫。
Oh, goody.
向前开进。
Big morale break.
准备，片甲不留。
做好准备。前进。
剑士准备。
马军准备。诛灭敌军。进攻。龙魂猛士。
补兵就绪。
快走，快走！停住！杀！
时时已尽，无法继续射击了。剑士听命。
剑士听命，杀光敌军！精锐猛士！骑兵！上
Oops.
马！
Did I just accept that? I don't think I did, fortunately.
弓箭！进攻！杀！杀呀！
准备好了。
Crap, wifey needs to get out of
敌军
there.
仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫！
挺住！
How did you get that messed
弓
up,
箭准
woman?
备！
补兵听命。
箭在弦上，杀呀！
骑兵听命。
准备好冲锋了吗？
Well, this is no longer a battle.
射手在此，片甲不留。冲啊！
刀斧准备。冲啊！尽情厮杀。
听命！诛灭敌军！骑兵准备，杀！胜利就在眼前，准备好了，坚守此地。稍等，尽情厮杀。
Do I have the Vampire Coast, Tyler? Yeah, I have all the DLCs for Warhammer.
骑兵听命！注意，杀光敌
Don't
军！
you worry, there's plenty of options. 59 of them to be exact.
杀！
看剑。诛灭敌军。
剑士准备，
He's getting away.
白龙军听令，冲啊！哈！敌军士兵正在溃逃。 挺住！片甲不留，鼓起勇气，冲啊！
Huzzah! I totally misread the list, and when you wrote Transylvania counts, I misread it as a coast for some reason. No, I was trying to put like a way for people who don't know about the Warhammer universe to understand vaguely what each faction was, and the Vampire Coast I put down as undead pirates, and the vampire counts I put down as like Transylvanian undead, because it's kind of
敌
like
将受手，贼众
classical
溃不成
horror
军。
monsters, stuff like that, isn't it? So David's in the stream. Welcome to the stream, David. You are just witnessing Ryan or Jiangwan cleaning up Marzoon. I don't think we need to chase the rest of them down, to be honest, because they're going to be stuck in the city and they're going to lose. So we'll claim victory. Mixu just dropped a really neat looking vampire Coast Lord pack. And Woo Boy. Is that like a mod pack?
每打赢一场，天下就
I
安
don't
定一分。
typically play with modded in lords and modded in units. Like I like to play with what CA gives us, but sometimes with some extra tweaks and stuff to make things look better. If at all. I don't often play things modded anyway. Ryan, you captured Ma Chin Xiu. Judging by her name, she's probably related to Marzoon, probably his daughter. She's 19, she's perceptive, wise, relentless and solitary. Release. Just confirm that release, Ryan, because I read it after I'd seen it. Confirm.
我可不
And
是薄情寡
Chun
义之人。
Chun, who is 26-year-old, level 3 strategist, intrepid, distinguished and resourceful. Employ.
一统天下。
And what are you doing with the 408 prisoners? Yeah, God, look at the cavalry did so much work. Recruit.
快去！
Excellent. Attacker reinforcements. Ryan, this is going to be your choice. It's Herdong. The siege progresses, but our assaulting forces grow weary and supplies run low. A nearby village, loyal and abundant in resources, could possibly aid us. Shall we call on them to help? Ah, thanks, Ryan. Marzoon's forces crumbled really, really quickly once they started going. Do nothing. We do not need this aid. That village needs supplies more sorely than we do. Chen Chun captured. Shihe has also built its small regional city. It no longer has an administrator, does it? Who is our Grand Excellency? It's Tao Jinjin, who is creative, a stalwart, tolerant, trusting, philanthropic, trustworthy and dutiful. Okay. She's gonna get Winnowing Machine Workshop built in there. And Chun Zhe has gained a rank down in Ji Bun's
一
army.
扫污浊。
Chun Zhe is a 31-year-old level 3 vanguard with a warrior background. He's energetic, brilliant and agile. He's got the choice of fury, zeal or dignity.
新生之前，必除旧物。
Based on his background, any simpleton can wield a weapon and fight, but a resolute acceptance of death marks out the true warrior. I'm going to give him zeal because of that. Seems pretty zealous. We gained Mo Zhe, which was these guys over here. And then I think Ryan gained a Confucian Sage. I'm not sure who got the Confucian Sage, but Mo Zhe was definitely this lot. Which Wang Yi was attacking or leading the attack, so since Doomsday's not here, he's not going to get Mo Zhe. Ryan, I'm just going to say that you got the Confucian Sage. I don't know if you actually did, but we'll see. What do you want to do with it? You don't actually have a follower. There's an entire pirate crew made up of ghost peeps called the Shade Wraith, which actually kind of annoys me more about Silostra. Why does that annoy you about Silostra? What's it like for corruption in she/her? 41%. Do you wish to do anything with the Confucian Sage, Ryan? What does my strategist have? He might be able to use the cunning. He doesn't have a follower. Because I hate OC Donut Steals, and the Shade Wraith would have been a better addition to Vampire Coast than Diafin. Isn't Diafin part of the Vampire Coast? Or you mean like Count Noctilus or something? Give it to Chunjun then. Chunjun will of course accept the Confucian Sage. Pre-existing law. Oh, okay. I think I'm with you.
以柔克刚。
Jiben. He's going to press forward towards Ba farmland. Sir Shujuan is... She's actually going to take up a position just on our side of the border because it's winter next turn. Yeah, she's composed, so I'll lead that to a bit more patience. Ryan, any orders for Jiangwan's forces? And I would like to send instruction to she/her and begin building, I think, the private workshops to work towards reducing corruption. Launch the assault on Herdong to finish off the enemy remnants. Decisive victory. They made Diafin up for the DLC, ignoring that the whole pirate thing wasn't just the Vampire Coast, hence why Aranessa got lumped in with them, and so on. Delegate. Which is why I would have preferred it to just be Dreadfleet, then like 3 flavours of pirates from different races as their own little mini factions under the pirate thing. Yeah, fair enough. What are you doing with the settlement, Ryan? Occupy. Faction destroyed, Marzoon. Apparently, you've become rivals with Hong Rui Jin, Ryan. Ma Chin Xiu was killed in battle. Zhongjiang. Creative, honest, fiery, fraternal, trustworthy, understanding, and vengeful. Yeah, no. Alright, never mind that then. Right, over to these guys.
援军前进，
Wang Yi's gonna make it to Taishan. Can he get further than that?
团结一心，
He can, and
一
Beihai
统天下。
doesn't seem to have a garrison.
挽弓预设，则屏息凝神。
Wenhui
每一
is
步
gonna head that
都
way as
颇
well.
具智慧。
满怀信念，奋力一战，
Danwei is gonna move to
正
the
在
border
行进
with。the west, but he's gonna hold for replenishment and because it's gonna be winter soon.
遵命。稍事休息，
And
正在行进，
Wei Wen is gonna cross the river as well.
扫平天下。
That should be all of our armies. Is David still around? So didn't we have a level up for David's character? Yes, we did. Is he... David, are you still around? You are here! Excellent! Bao Huishan has gained a level up. She's a 38-year-old level 5 sentinel with a clerk or clerk background. She's philanthropic, friendly, competitive and lame. And she has 4 options to level up: perception, intensity, tenacity of steel, or scholarship. Which one would you like? Can I take a look at the buildings in Herdong? It's probably on fire. You can indeed. After David has chosen, he's going with scholarship. And don't forget, guys, you can also be involved in our campaigns. If you do !join me 3k with the number 3, you'll get a pop-up that tells you how to do that or what we're doing. Ryan, Herdong, the temporary labour housing is on fire. Are you in an army, David? Yes, you are. You are in one of the 4 over here. You are Wang Yi's lieutenant. Are we repairing the thing that's on fire, Ryan? For 10 copper, repair it and upgrade the city. Okey-doke. Both done. Do. Cool. Right. I think that's all we can manage. Let's take a look through some of the buildings. That doesn't need to be upgraded. I don't think. No, it shouldn't do. Ping Yuan should be fine. Hernay. Hernay should be fine. Shuofang also should be fine. What's your problem? You require resources. Entrepreneurs? Really? What the fuck is my retinue? We can have a look, David. I think you've got quite a few unique enemy faction units. Yeah, you've got 3 Warriors of Year, which are unique to Song, Yuan Shao's faction. And then you've also got Mounted Saber Militia, Gen Sword Guard, and some Saber Infantry. But of course, it's up to your commander if you can change your retinue, and your commander is sponsored by Doomsday, who's not here, so you're kinda just gonna have to roll with it, I think, for the time being. Voodoo is... I mean, it is fine, but we can probably afford to upgrade it. Jincheng should be okay. Chang'an. We shall upgrade the guest house, or upgrade to a guest house. And then we'll leave the buildings as they are for the time being and push on into winter. Why did I get put in his army? Because we essentially mobilised everyone we had available. That's actually correct. No worries, Tyler. I don't mind people going off on mini rants about things they're passionate about. I don't fully understand it, and I don't have the spare mind capacity right now to try and understand it because of the stream. But I don't mind you voicing your opinion. Apparently, we didn't fix Saojia's attitude in time, and she's decided to leave. Cai Yingmeng has gained the trusting trait. Right, it is winter.
万物失节。怒吼吧！
Jiben is going to attack Bar Farmland and win.
今日此胜，乃承天之恩泽。百姓定会丹食胡江，
Excellent.
夹道
And
欢迎。
he is what? Wang
此
Jian
为
and
苍
Ji
生
Gun.
黎民之天下，非暴
The
虐诸侯
general
之
and the
天下。
captain are now rivals. Fortunately, Jiben as a character is tolerant, so I'm not going to have him kick Wang Jian out of his army. Did you play Foxhole ever or look into it much? It's gnarly. I've played it a tiny bit, so I do know what it is, but I never really got super into it. She's going to stay where she is because it's winter. Ryan, any orders for Jiangwan? Move to join the Bandit Queen in pressing Luoyang. Very well.
法令必行。
She's going to continue to wait in ambush because she can't really take Luoyang like that.
秩序井然，则四海可定。
Wang
护卫
Yi
巡查四周。
will encamp.
不露声色，
We'll bring Wen Hui up with him.
保卫营地。
我已准备好作战了。杀！
Dan Wei is going to push
挫其锐志。
Dong.
拿起武器。
There is a Shu Han army up there in the mountains, being led by Liu Jinting. They look pretty scary.
打起精神来！我军必
I
胜！
think Dan Wei is going to attack Dong.
我等心怀忠贞，才有此胜。现在来尽情庆贺吧！我军势力得以扩张。
Retribution or restitution. Our men capture a high-ranking official caught while trying to leave the city. He is the cause of the current chaos and is brought before you for justice to be imparted. However, the official is wealthy and offering you all his gold in return for his release. I've never seen that before. He is the cause of the current chaos. This is interesting. I'm not really sure. I think my personal preference is almost always to hire people. I feel like Zhong Zhang's greed means she should probably take the money and release him, but also the fact that he is the cause of the current chaos, and he was clearly running away like a coward. I think she's probably got grounds to execute. Cal has arrived. Welcome to the stream, Cal. Screaming execute. I thought we were the cause of the current chaos. So I'm going to leave this one completely up to you guys. Get your thoughts in real quick. Execute, hire, or release. And I'm just going to go with the majority, because I genuinely don't know which one to do. Everybody can participate in this, by the way. You don't need to be a sponsored officer. Just throw down a word. Ryan would hire him. now we're tied between execute and hire. Too far to see what goes on, but for the blaze at the city, I am indifferent. David taking his RP to the next level. I love it. You know what? Gonna flip a coin. Alright. Heads for hire, tails for execute. Oh no, heads for execute, because heads should roll if you execute somebody. It's tails, he's getting hired. The official may be a scoundrel, but their deeds were impressive in their own right, and so you put them to work elsewhere. I wonder who we got. We got Zhu Pu. He's 51. Excellent, that was a terrible deal.
一统天下，开战！
We've made spies useful before. Now we execute him. No, that's not what we're doing. Dan Wei and Chao Zhou have become friends. We've gained a grey stallion, which was almost certainly gained during that battle. So Dan Wei gets a grey stallion. Yes, he does, because he doesn't have anything that would have him give it to somebody else. Okie do. That looks like it's all we can get done for the winter. Let's see what we get moving into spring. Yeah, I thought she'd come down that way. Lang Juan Yan's faction's been destroyed. Jiang Shengjuan is now returning to our court because she was a spy in there. And Feng Xiupei has been succeeded by Lao Zhumeng. That was a fair few changes there. Chao Zhou has become philanthropic. We've gained discourses of the states. She Her has built winnowing machine workshops. Ryan, you said you wanted to order something up here to reduce corruption, right? Was it... I think you meant state workshops, because you said, yeah, that's state workshops are the ones that end up with treasury mint. Is that what you want? Kinda want to play a Warhammer Fantasy RPG so I can play a Khorne Berserker and just yell at people and then kill them. Aye. Right. State workshops by order of the Prime Minister. G-Burn probably needs to spend at least a turn replenishing.
拿起武器，
Sir
恢复
Shujuan
原样，
is going to head towards
前进。
Shangyong Lumberyard. Oh, hello.
这样行不通，不，
心境澄澈，
We'll drop
天
her
下
into
庶
ambush.
几可定。
Ryan, orders for Jiangwan.
居安思危，未雨绸缪。
Rush them to tier 3. Good lord, the Prime Minister flexing his muscles here. Like that. Move on to the river. Onto it or next to the crossing. Then begin making tier 4. Okay. Next to the crossing is fine with me.
团结一心，
Next to the crossing, Zhongjiang's gonna hold. These guys down here have got 2 enemy forces.
正气如火，熊熊不息，一往无前。见识一下
We'll
我们的
push
激
Liu
情，
Jinting.
向前进军，
That
行
forced
动
her
如
back.
一。
开战！
正义必胜，我等应
Right,
设
good,
宴
that's her
庆贺。
defeated. I can almost see the sand in the hourglass disappearing as Zhongzhang gets ever closer to dying. We'll take the
坚
replenishment.
如盾牌，势
心有所
如利刃，
欲，
Move him
因
next
而
to
导之。
him. Zhuge Ke and Wang Yuanji have become friends. Oh, of course. That was Ryan rushing things.
平定天下，保存体力，
Wen Hui
不要
will
分心
move。forward
精进澄澈，
to
天
support
下庶几可
Wang
定。
Yi's assault on Beihai.
吾等大业，天意所归，
Decisive victory. If only you had some trebuchets.
天命在此。
That was awesome, Spunky. What was? Is it bad that I can't remember who I'm sponsoring now after the passing of Tai Shutsu? You are sponsoring Zongji, Cow. And I don't know where Zongji is. Oh, I do. He's at court because you refused to join the army, remember? When we came knocking, you were like, no! Go away! Do you hear the voices too? It is a good pain. Right. I sponsor peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. Welcome to the stream, Reese. I don't think we've got an officer called peanut butter and pickle sandwiches, but if we get one, should the game spit one out, I'll be sure to make sure you sponsor them.
此地人口众多，熙熙攘攘，
I think I'm going to get irrigation systems for the income to peasantry. Plough with fire and weed with water. Skulls for the Skull Throne! Peanut butter and maple syrup is actually really good. My current guy is an administrator, not a general. Yeah, I remember you saying so, Cal. It is spring, so we will pop a save. And proceed into the summer of 238. I don't like my weed soggy though. Oh dear. What have we got? Lady Bien Ning is in the recruitment pool. Wudu has upgraded its city. It's mostly industry based stuff. No. It's got Silk Trader and a copper coin mint. Which means it makes money from silk. So really we want to be trying to get a silk expedition trading post, so we're going to get a shopkeeper on the go there. Hoodoo your voodoo! I wish I timed that weed joke better. It just looks like I said it out of nowhere. What are you talking about? You did say it out of nowhere. Be ashamed. Jeeben is going to move towards the river, but he's going to take one more turn of replenishment. And then he's going to head towards Bashi. Meanwhile, Sir Shujuan has kind of run into a bit of a problem. Oh good, Marzun fights for Liu Bei now, or at least for Shu Han. God damn it, she's going to have to withdraw, I think. No, we'll leave her there in ambush, but she definitely can't advance. Ryan orders for Jiangwan. Your army is fully replenished. You could say it was blunt. I did some more DW9 character campaigns. Hey Imatek, how you doing, bud? Welcome to the stream. Who did you play as in DW9? Cross the river. You are across the river. Yes, that's right. The uptime command does indeed work. We're about halfway through the stream. Let's jump over to this side and do this first, because these guys are definitely going to win that. Wang Yi will occupy Beihai, and then Wen Hui will attack Taishan trade port. And we'll have that as well. Zhuozi! Nice, good choice. I started a Wu campaign last time I played 3K on stream. How did that go, David? Excellent, right. We've secured Taishan. Juju and Wang Yi are friends. Tishu Yu and Bao Huishan, David. Bao Huishan is friends with Tishu Yu. And Bao Huishan is oath-sworn with Cai Yingmeng, who is also friends with Tishu Yu. And Bao Huishan and Huang Yi are oath-sworn as well. Not bad so far, made it to second marquee. Nice. Second marquee. Right. We'll have these guys move back down to Dong. And that's going to be all of our available army moves. I saw that. Still can't change my retinue. Not yet. Wait. Doomsday's... Oh no, Doomsday's not here. Wouldn't say the Warriors of Ur are exactly shitty. No, I wouldn't either, Ryan. Wu will sign peace with us. This time they want us to pay. We weren't going to pay even when they were offering us 86,000 copper over 2 years, so we're definitely not doing it now. Oh dear. Not a lot we can do about it, so we'll just delegate and let them have that. Uh-oh. The Duchy of Song declared war on the Yellow Turban Rebellion. That's not going to really amount to much. Disloyal versus fraternal. In times such as these, when China stands on the precipice of chaos, what is the price of loyalty? Will China be saved by the fraternal bonds that tie warriors together, or by the honest and forthright seeking out heaven's will, no matter the consequences? You ponder this question alone. And we're going to side with Zhongji, actually, because Zhongjiang is fraternal, So she's going to side with Cal's sponsored officer. Justice can only be served through strong, unyielding bonds between kin. And Cal Zongji has gained the honest trait. Apparently this turn is the Zongji highlight turn. Wudu is going to get a marketplace. And Hedong has increased its city size. It means they want to take Luoyang, Ryan. Yeah, but even if they took it, then you guys would just take it off them anyway. I started another campaign on Total War Warhammer 2 as the Empire. Previous was Wood Elves. Wood Elves are awful, honestly. Should never have been a faction, honestly. That's a lot of honesty there, Tyler. I mean, I get where you're coming from. Like, the Wood Elves as a faction don't really, like, it doesn't really mesh for them to conquer the world. But their mechanics do support that they're not really conquering it. And the other side of the coin is, you might not see it as worth playing the campaign, but most people would have wanted them included in the game. So I think really we got the best of both worlds, that they're included, but even the mechanics kind of say they're not really taking over everything. Wow. You guys got some real Wood Elf hate going on. Okay, we're going to start by moving Sir Shujuan because Shun Yo has left the lumberyard, so I'm going to see if we can figure out where that second army is. Oh dear, it's there.
沟通有误，定筹壮志。
Could you reach Shun Yo? No, you can't. How far can he get? Far enough to reinforce it. Right, we're gonna have Jibun move back to defend Ba Xi. I'm gonna keep her there and let her remain visible, and we'll see what it is the Shu Han armies decide to do. Jiang Wan Ryan is almost with the Bandit Queen. Maybe they will get a rework. Imotech, who are you? You're sponsoring Guangchu Dian, aren't you? Who's with the Bandit Queen? Will I still be able to reinforce you at the limit of my normal stance? No, because it ends before their circle does. You would have to be, annoyingly, maybe one tick further forward than you can get. Gotta go shopping as needed, David. No worries. See you soon, bud. Thank you for dropping by. If you want to begin the siege, I can go into forced. I don't think there's any rush, like, for the sake of one extra turn. I think Zhongzhang would be perfectly happy to wait for a little bit for Zhongwan to get there. She might die. She could die at any point, Ryan. She's old. She's 66. She's 2 years older than when we started this episode. Blessed is the mind too small for doubt. Exactly. No stopping! I mean, she's not gonna rush, I don't think. Oh, she's energetic. Maybe she will. Yeah, if you want to do forced march, Ryan, we'll do that. that what we're doing? It's your call rather than hers. Let's burn down the Han capital one last time before you hit yourself and die in your sleep. Oh dear.
开战，做好准备，向前进军。
保持原样，
I don't think we've actually held Luoyang once in this campaign, have we?
绝不留情。
You know what? We'll take the Pyrrhic victory. Empire are slightly harder than Wood Elves because of my games. Chaos comes about turn 25, so give France barely any time to unite the Empire. Yeah. Yi Jian Ying. You know what? We get plenty of cash for releasing him, so I'm just gonna let
俘
him
虏
go.
也要吃饭，都放了吧。
We don't really need money. We've got 3,500. Wait, what? 354,000 copper. Well, you know what? We'll just occupy it.
我们拼死夺下此城。
Yo, turbines are destroyed.
谁敢不服？
Tao Jinjin gained a rank.
平定天下，
She is a 44-year-old, level 6 legendary sentinel with a guard background. Creative, stalwart, tolerant, trusting, philanthropic, trustworthy and dutiful. Perception, tenacity of steel or scholarship. I'm going to go with tenacity of steel, I think. Yes, we are. Right. I mean, she's also not the 18-year-old bandit queen that we started with, Ryan. She's 66 years old. That some of what she's been through may have changed her slightly. Oh, hello, Wang Shu.
不断前行。
Please allow us to gang up on you. Didn't think you would,
路就在前方，集中精神，
but that's fine.
讨平逆贼，匡扶天下。
我的目标十分明确。
I think we're going to leave Wei Kai over there for the time being. Because I know if we try and rush these two across, they're just going to end up in the shiz.
巡查四周，
So they're going to encamp
准备宿营。
and do a bit more replenishment. Oh, Zhongjiang starts the campaign at 18, Reese, but she's 66 now. We've been playing a long time. What 3 things would you take from TK and Warhammer 2? What do you mean take from them? Like to build the next Total War game, or take out because I don't like them? We're actually almost done with this campaign, Reese. The reason we're so intently monitoring Zhongjiang's age is because the community has voted that this roleplay campaign in particular ends when Zhongjiang dies. We're not going to continue with the next person that would inherit the faction. So when she's dead, we're done with the Zhongjiang campaign. For the next Total War Imhotep, without a doubt, I'd take diplomacy from 3K. It needs that diplomacy. The diplomacy reworks for this are amazing. We've read this once in this episode, so I'm not going to read it again. We gained a black stallion, which Zhongjiang is going to offer to Guangqiu Dian. Imhotep, you currently have a brown stallion, but the Bandit Queen is offering you a black stallion. Do you wish to accept it? Oh dear, Ryan. Oh dear. I'll take it. And what do you want to do with your brown stallion? Because you can choose to pass it on to somebody else if you wish. They have a higher cunning trait. I see what you did there. Also want the dual system from 3K. Yes, that is a fair point, Tyler. I'd love to see a dual system in a Warhammer game, or in anything that's not a 3K game, to be honest. I think that should go forward. The Empire is piss easy even on very hard, depending on how hard the AI in vanilla feels like cheating. Leave it, okay. I think, yeah, for me, diplomacy and duels from 3K, absolutely. I'd love to see the agent system or the hero system in Warhammer employed in the next game. Like, currently we have officers and they can be dispatched as spies. Which I think should be kept in as well, like that you can literally send a character to another faction to be recruited and get them as a spy. But I equally think that having heroes that can enter armies but detach and act as independent agents on the map is also a really good mechanic, and I'd like to see a combination of both. Right. Buildings. Wudu has built its marketplace. And Chang'an has built a guest house, so we'll upgrade its jade mine. Which, oh my god, there are so many enemy armies. She's not going to win there. And we'll attack Shunyo, and he's going to run away. But he's unable to run far enough, so Jibun is going to wipe him out. Imagine just having Lord Croak slapping up Archaon in a duel. My friend got like 1100 kills in our Lizardmen co-op with Lord Croak. Imagine Archaon summoning the might of Khorne to beat a dwarf to death with his Book of Grudges. Duels in Warhammer would be amazing to watch if they did them right. Yeah, exactly. It would definitely be hard. I understand why it wasn't done. When you consider how individualized the different lords are, like the height alone, the height difference between different people, like flipping oh god, I've forgotten his name. Throg's massive. Wulfric's taller than most people. Like, then you've got like all the different lizard men, like Saurus warrior champions, and then you've also got like Mazdamundi, who just plain wouldn't be able to duel. Like, I get why it's not a thing, but Gortrek90, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the doghouse, buddy. Yeah, I know, Ryan Marzoon, but I think he's going to get released, to be honest, because there's no reason for Jibun to kill him. And Shunyo as well. Chunjur has leveled up again. Chunjur is a 32-year-old level 4 Vanguard with a warrior background. He's energetic, brilliant and agile. What's brilliant? A perennial high achiever, excelling above others in most of their endeavours. I think we'll give him clarity, just because I don't think Fury really matches him particularly. And dignity, even if we took dignity, we'd still need to take clarity next turn anyway, so I'm going to take clarity for the options that it provides. Jibun and Chunjur are now rivals. Jibun is rivals with both his captain and his lieutenant. Interesting. Liu Cha was killed. She's going to withdraw this way and then drop into ambush. Because I don't know if he's going to go for G-Burn, and if he does, she can take the lumberyard behind him, or if he tries to go up there, she can ambush him. So we'll do that. Right, Ryan, is there a plan between Zhongzhang and Jiangwan right now? Grimgor Ironhide fighting a goblin. Exactly, Ryan. They do have some semblance of it with the big monster units like Carnosaurs and whatnot. Yeah, that's what I mean, like Lord versus Lord and Hero versus Hero. I don't expect them to individually model like the ground units fighting each other. That's never going to happen in Warhammer, and I completely understand why. But even Lord to Lord or Hero to Hero combat, like, how do you do that? I know that in like Rome 2 and in this, like, it's done with mocap. It's done by human beings who are actually doing the things you see that are happening. Whereas, how do you mocap a troll that's 10 feet tall fighting against a goblin that's 3 feet tall? It doesn't make any sense. As much as I would love to see it, I just think it's like, it's, you know, it's difficult for them to implement. You're the Bandit Queen, you tell me. Fair one. We've got very limited presence in the west. In fact, we've only got Jiben and Sir Shujuan. So somebody needs to head that way. I think Zhongzhang is going to go for Yingchuan. So Jiangwan can go for Nanyang and head to the west. Whoa, not as far as I intended. Hello, Duchy of Song. She's going to move to there and hold. Jiangwan, orders. Amber, welcome to the stream. Love to see a Skarsnik punt Kolek. I mean, it's not going to happen. It'd be funny to watch somebody like Grimgor or Kolek or Throg win like a dual animation against Skarsnik by just booting him and he just flies across the map and dies. I can press through the lumberyard onto the edge of the lumberyard province for a turn of replenishment. Your normal movement is shorter than that. You can get to over there. Dragon ogres are based on Greek mythology, by the way. Interesting. That's fine. Okay. Jiangwan on the move. Hernay is under threat. They're going to hold their position for the time being. We'll move him to there. And Wang Yi to there. Get an extra turn of replenishment on those two. They're going to hold as well. Which will put us into the winter. Okay, so he's chased Ji-Bun over there. Just watched him do it. Song will sign peace with us. No, you're only saying that because you're about to lose. I think if they did size brackets like small, human, large, very large and giant, and then said had 3 or 4 animations for how those brackets interacted, it could be done. Yeah, I think feasibly it could be done. I just understand why it wasn't done, because in terms of expense, it's got to be more expensive doing it that way than doing just mocap on people who are trained fighters and stuntmen and stuff. But yeah, it probably would be done with a few generic sequences just based on size. Hao Meng has died of natural causes, age 70. Hao Meng was, I believe, level 1. We never ever used him. He came to us really old anyway. Your merchant registry office is done, but you require economic overseers to proceed. So we need to get them next. And then remember that Wudu needs them. Oh god, Jibun is in all kinds of crap.
开战！稍事休息，拿起武器，
She's going to take that lumberyard
全力奋战。
whilst the opportunity is still there.
无之
A
妙
lot of them
计，算
still
无
could
一
be
策。
done with mocap, it's just scaling the animations up. Just the unique ones would need tweaking. I don't think it'd be crazy to do. If anyone else has used the super squig for bloody hands, someone explain it. Someone explain it? I don't know what it is, so I can't. But
玉
I
成
don't
大业，
really understand what
必
it
先
is
有
you're saying in
立
the
足
text.
之地。
Right, she's
地
taken
球
that.
上进，功名震天。 恕难从命，为天下苍生。向前进军，这样行不通。
Okay, he can't get past the toolmaker, so Jibun is safe on that side of it. Ryan, orders for Jiangwan.
团结一致，
No one explains orcs. Don't even try. It'll
行
hurt
动
your
快点，
brain.
这样就不冷了。
Take the Imperial City.
全军出击！
Are you attacking it? Like now, or do you want to do a siege siege? Because that's totally a thing. A siege siege. Is there anyone about to come kick me in the face? Well,
天命在此。
not that we can see, but we can't see super duper far. There could be someone at that jade mine for all we know. Although, given that we are pushing, you're pushing into Shu Han's territory, you're kind of pushing into the middle of it, but we know they've got a bunch of armies up here, we know they've got a bunch of armies down here. It's possible they don't have any in the middle, but fuck it, attack it. Okay,
吾等大业，天意所归。
delegate. Night battle. And delegate. Jiangwan throwing his troops at the walls,
不得其死。
probably quite literally. It might help a bit, sort of. What are we doing with the settlement? And you have got 217 prisoners as well, by the looks of it. Occupy!
占领此城。
Oh, no choice for the prisoners, apparently. But you did gain Master's Leather. Is that a commander thing? No, it's not. It's a sentinel thing. So, is there anywhere you would like to send Master's Leather to, Ryan? Occupy and check the buildings.
团结一心。
Buildings are fine because you attacked them straight away. Wifey might like it. Yeah, I thought you might say that. Is Wifey going to accept the Master's Leather? I mean, why would she not? Boff. Want to know what the food production is in the settlement? They have food producing buildings. It takes minus 37 food. Can we downgrade the city without losing a slot? Yes. Apparently you can. What would you lose? Well, population's not a problem. you'd lose some peasantry income, some percentage to commerce boost, and a bit of reserve capacity. But given that it makes most of its money from industry, downgrade it. Done. Do you want it rushed or? Seven would lose a slot. 7 drops to 5 build slots, but 8 does have 6 still. Rush it. That balances out at a clean 0. That'll do for me. Very well. Oh, apparently Song have vacated Yingchuan. There's a lot of Wu armies up there.
向前进军，心怀怨怒。
Valiant defeat. Interesting.
报仇雪
Guess we'll
恨，
continue. Oh, good.
不可能这样做。
How old is he? 82-year-old Shahudun is coming. Friggin' Jeebus. Can you guys
拿
catch
起
him
武
out?
器，
Yes.
恢复原样。
坚定不移。
Fantastic. You can reach him.
唯有扫
By the
清
looks
六
of
合，天下才能平定。
You would struggle. Wait,
我绝
can
不
you
动摇。
reach him? You might have to go around the top side.
悉心节欲，待时而
Which,
发
to。be honest, it might be worth
讨
doing.
平乱贼
either way.，
澄清四海。威加海内
Could you，maybe
乱世
move
随定
that。way? Because I think we
坚
need
如
that
盾
bit of
牌
road. Yeah, we do.
势如利刃。
Oh. Not what I wanted you to do, but fine. Shao-Du knows Jesus, he's that old.
今日此战，乃是大义之胜。
Ooh, they gained some loot and captured Wang Shu.
把
Release.
俘虏放回去吧。
A rare talent. We've read this a billion times in this campaign, so I'm just going to skip it this time. But we've recruited Shi Li Ning, who is 37. She's selfless, lumbering, and cheerful. She's Hodor, basically. Huang Chuan and Wang Yuanji have
我
leveled
已
up.
准备好作战了。
Huang Chuan, 49-year-old, level 4 Vanguard with a guerrilla background. Indecisive, fiery, friendly, aesthetic, philanthropic and energetic. We'll give him reach. That seems like something to do with energy. He's now legendary.
正气
Wang
如火，
Yuanji
熊熊不息。
稳
Can
住
you
阵
move?
型。
悉心节欲
No.，
待时而发。出发！
Right, Wang Yuanji is 21-year-old, level 2 commander with an outsider background, intimidating, bright
人
and
们蜂拥
trusting.
而至，赶来此郡。
Feel like in order to be trusting, she potentially needs to have understanding. Well, that would lead to composure, which doesn't really tie in, and stability, which doesn't really tie in. Clarity and flexibility. Intensity ties into intimidation. We'll go for meditation, because it leads to a better option. Chao Zhou and Wang Juanji are friends. Dan Wei and Wang Juanji are friends. Chaozhou and Zhuge Ke. And they gained a foreman.
摆好阵势，准备出击。
Dan Wei is therefore going to take the foreman. Don't think it's literally 46 bowls of rice. What? 46 Dongzhuo bowls of rice could feed 7.5 million people. She's Hodor. Yeah, exactly. She's Hodor. Right, that's those chaps done. Imhotep Guangchu Dian has leveled up. Apparently Ryan also leveled up. We'll get to you. Imhotep Guangchu Dian is a 32-year-old level 4 legendary strategist with an advisor background. He's graceful, clever and brilliant. And he has resourcefulness, perception or intuition. Fuck this guy, I'm Prime Minister. Which one would you like, Imhotep? Perception. Very good. And Jiang Wan has leveled up. 44-year-old. Level 7 legendary commander with an officer background. He's honest, concerned, philanthropic, handsome, dutiful and arrogant. And he has the options of perception, composure, nobility, dignity or clarity. Which one would you like, Ryan? Going for dignity. For roleplay reasons, I like it. Alright. And then we've got these chaperoos over here.
扫清六合。 冷静沉着。
Why will you not move?
考虑不周。
What's wrong with you?
千层波浪，充实巨岩。
Interesting. Alright, well, we'll let Wang Yi go first. I was going to try and get them both up there, but apparently that wasn't happening.
大势已定。
So Wang Yi will sweep up and take it.
欲成大业，必先有立足之地。
Secured Dong Commandery. You know what, we'll leave Wen Hui down there for this turn. Why is this purple? What's the purple news? Hernay. Because it's being besieged. Okay, we know about that. Into the spring. Gotten through some of your beast men you need to paint. Got a whole lot more to do. I don't have the time or the patience to, or the money to do tabletop Warhammer. I don't know how. I have massive respect for people who have the time to paint like Warhammer miniatures and stuff. Or the patience rather, because I have the time if I really wanted it, but I don't have the patience. Chun Jie has gained the fiery trait. We've gained a clay axe. There's some peeps in the pool. She/Her has built its coin maker. Ryan, I'm assuming you're going to want to order a Grand Treasury Mint. And it is reform time, which I want to get that specific one. Your campaign looks like 2 kingdoms Total War. That is a fair point. Economic overseers is the reform we're going to get. Who can be trusted to oversee economic power? Only the most trusted of the ruler, of course. Ryan said you assume correctly, so we're going to get a Grand Treasury Mint. Yeah, it is pretty much just us versus China, because Wu have pretty much vassalized everybody else. Where's Wudu? Oh, the city needs to be a small regional city before it can do that. We do actually have the food to make that specific upgrade, but then we'd be pushing it. So I'm just going to leave it. Is it possible to get all reforms? Yeah, I guess if you play the game long enough it is. I think most people's campaigns finish before they do, but you get, I think there's an achievement for unlocking every single reform, so it must be doable. Let's go back and start in the west again. That is a whole heck of a lot of enemy troops. I'm going to bring Sir Shujuan down to there. And then Jibun is going to attack Liu Wensheng. That'll get rid of him. Fu Wenxiang will just release her, take replenishment. Jibun has apparently leveled up. He is angry, is what he is. Desires a higher court position. Yeah, he's, to be fair to him, he's pretty low down the list. So we'll promote him to Chief Provisioner. He is a 54-year-old level 6 legendary champion with a village chief background. He's stubborn, uncomplicated, tolerant, solitary and scarred. With the options of reach, trust and guile. Oh, and mobility as well. I think I'm going to get reach. There's not really a good reason for taking reach. It's just that the rest of it doesn't particularly apply better either. Sir Shujuan and Yao Zhou are friends. Wang Jian and Liu Zhu are rivals. And Sir Shujuan and Yuan Shu, or not Yuan Shu as we've been calling him, are friends. Liu Wensheng and Yuan Xiongli were killed in battle. Which brings us back to Ryan, whose army is apparently fucked up. I've only completely taken over the whole map in Shogun 2 once. I don't think I've ever completely taken over a map on any Total War. There is an achievement also called Go for Ultimate Campaign Victory and then 100% map control victory. Yeah. Completed a couple 4K campaigns, but never painted the map as it just runs out of fun before long. I'm going to go spend time with my pupper. That sounds like a great idea, Imhotep. You should definitely do that. Puppers are amazing. Ryan, do you have any orders or are we staying in Nanyang? I'm assuming you're going to want to stay. There's the new lurk command. I actually put a lurk command in. We'll move a little closer to Nanyang. I assume you mean the Jade Mine. And then set up an ambush. How close is a little closer? Your side of the river, this side of the river, near the forest, at the border, on their side of the terrain, or the border rather. Yeah, I put quite a few new commands in, guys. Exclamation mark commands will give you a list of all of them, should you wish to use any of them. Some of them are obvious, like the lurk one. Other side of the river, near the forest, in our land. So around about there. Thank you, Son, and welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's good. Started as the Shimazu clan, took over all the way to the northeast of Japan. Was nuts after that, there wasn't really anything to do. Yeah. Valiant defeat. Jesus. Alright, guess we'll keep sieging there. Just realised I have 7 rank 10 units. Excellent. I don't know where Shahodun's forces went. And I have a suspicion they may have entered ambush. And for that reason, Wei Wen is going to go through that pass rather than walking around, because I think he's over there. Right. I'm going to move Wang Yi back that way. And that is going to be the end of that turn. So we shall pop another save, because we are in the spring, and see what our enemies give us for the summer. There are so many of them running around over there. Yeah, not much you can do about that. That's going to be an attack. We discovered Shahodun's ambush. Oh, look at that! It was right where I said it would be. Glad we avoided that. Wait, you can reach him? Oh, we just can't fit 2 armies down the pass, that's what it is. Alright, well, guess we'll move to there then. I've started with the eastern armies this time, not deliberately. Just kinda ended up that way. Okay. And what is going on over here, man? Jesus.
穿心手针，你疯了吧？这样行不通。
你疯了吧？
Bandit
What's the Toolmaker's garrison? It's actually pretty big. We've got almost 3 armies with that garrison there. But they've got 4. Okay.
立刻群敌，
Anybody over here have the ability to do night battles?
团结一心，
No.
廉洁奉公，忍受苦难。
时局变动，戡乱讨
I'm
逆
gonna，move the
向
armies
前
where
进
they are
军。
within reinforcement range. I think. Mostly because I'm not sure why these guys are waiting. But if we move, like, this is the best defensive choke point. If we move away, they're gonna come through and push one way or the other. In fact, change of plan. We are not gonna defend the Toolmaker because they will get through it either way, so
出发！
we're going to prepare some ambushes up there next turn when we've got the movement to do it. Ryan, that brings us back to Jiangwan. What would Jiangwan like to do? Let's go steal the jade mine.
保持
Not
原样，
jade the steel mine then.
拿起武器，一统天下。
And what are we doing with the fight? Starve out. Interesting.
砥砺内心，
And then Zhongjiang over at Yingchuan is still struggling with this
怒
garrison.
吼吧！
And that's all of our forces by the looks of it. Can we raise another army or are we maxed out? That's what I was just looking into. We're actually maxed out. We've got 8 out of 8. So we couldn't raise one even if we wanted to. Let's see what happens. Oh, so many of them. Okay, good. They've come out. We win.
哎
Sure Yongshan. Friends with Yuan Tan.
这一群人只会拖我们后腿。
Hello. Pyrrhic victory will do. Might be worth bringing one back home from the Eastern Front or turning Zhongjiang around. We need to re-secure our home. We can't just pinwheel around them as they have significantly deeper fields for us to press into whilst they get into our core regions. Yeah, we're getting there.
职责所在。
I don't know what they're doing over in the west. We will occupy one. Wu declared war on Jiaji. A duel! The battle won, our general chases down the enemy general and challenges them to a duel. Everyone watches, rapt, as the two leaders clash, each giving a good account of their abilities. After an impressive bout that will be talked about for years, our general stands victorious. Guan Yi from Wu was wounded. Gain some more ancillaries. Zhongzhang and Guangqiu Dian have become oathsworn, as have Songjian and Guangqiu Dian. Right, now, I don't know, I feel like some of them are in ambush. Although I bet they're not, because two of them at the front were Jiaji's armies, and there's still a Wu army here. So my guess is they fought each other. Why did you attack Jiaji? Were you trying to annex him or something? Oh well. Waste not the opportunity. To shove a spear in her face.
万民之声不可小觑。
Ooh, we gained a spear. Khan Hun. That's a name and a half. He's rivals with Jiaji.
他们受的苦也够多了。
What? Cao Shan'an was killed. It was an heirloom spear that we gained, which I... Oh no, Ji Bun is not using an heirloom spear. He is now. Pulling back just a smidge so that they're still reinforcing each other. Ryan? Jiangwan orders. We've got just under an hour left of the, well, a little bit less than just. Let's take that bitch. Nice, that's turned around very differently. Delegate.
福之妙计，算无一策。
And what are we doing with the settlement? It had no food reserves, so they were immediately taking losses. Evened out me attacking not fully replenished. Occupy.
占领此城，
Smartly done, Ryan. Smartly done. You are now friends with Chun Jun. Good lord, what is going on over here?
保持镇定，向前推进。
Get rid of Shahodun's army.
诸位举杯相庆吧！
Hong Yue was captured. He's getting
对他们
released.
严加处罚，恐怕颇为
However,
不易。
we gained a G of the Imperial Guard and a mathematician.
心怀中正，
Now he can't use the G, and he's got a foreman. Xiao Zhou already has something, or someone. Wang Juanji also already has someone. So we will give the mathematician to his captain, Huang Chuan. And actually, he can have the G of the Imperial Guard as well.
我绝不动摇。憧憬胜利，尔等必将无往不利。路径明晰，唯有扫清六合，天下才能平定。
这样行不通。
Huang Chuan and Xiao Zhou have become Oathsworn. Has he still not lost his eye? I don't know. I don't remember what it looked like. Wen Hui is going to take Beihai Livestock Farm because we kind of need the food.
敌无良谋，须臾可破。 正用得上此城。
And Juju has leveled up. He's a 45-year-old level 5 Vanguard, partisan background, creative, suspicious, cunning, honourable, and scarred. And I think we are going to go with intensity, because you don't get a scar without things being intense. At some stage. Wang Yi, I actually think I'm going to bring back this way, because he's probably going to need to cross the river and start getting that back under control. And that looks like it's going to be all we can do for the harvest. Yeah, I thought you might do that.
撤退！
Oh my god, how many armies have they got?
只能忍了。
Kingdom of Wu offers peace. No,
你敢藐视我们？
definitely not. I believe I said no. We got another horse. A red stallion. Does the Bandit Queen have anybody she might want to send that to? Not really. Xiao Zhou gained the honest trait.
立刻群敌！定国安民。
Gonna set Jibun in ambush there
敌军
and
密
have
中圈套。
Sir Shu Juan move
路就在前
down
方，
there as
集
bait.
中精神。
Which brings us back to Jiangwan again, Ryan. We could make peace with that guy they turned on. It's one less thing to worry about whilst we wrap up. We could, but I mean, he's only got like 4 or 5, 6 territories in the middle, and we're not near him. I kind of just want to get like, if we get that far, just roll through him as well. Like, if he was a significant enough threat to them that it'd be worth, like, reassuring him we're not going to attack him, then I might do it. But considering they're just going to wipe him out anyway, I'd rather just take any of his land that we come to. What are we doing with Jiang Wan's army? I will go northeast towards Chun farmland. Are you going through this little pass? Or round that way, or along the road? While you have a think about that, Zhongjiang is going to move out.
Tianjin.
The Fecker Wugon.
正在行进.
Okay. Through the little pass. Straight down there.
当断则断。
Which brings us back this way.
诸位猛士，随我征战！正气如火，熊熊不息，向世人宣告
Oh
我军
shit!
大业！
Where did he come from? Sorry. Oh dear. Wang Juanyi was killed and Zhuge Ke was executed. You absolute scumbag. You literally, you bin.
向前进军，威武不屈！
It's actually your bin, but
我等应设
it's
宴
written
庆
as you
贺。
bin, and in this situation, he is a bin. Well, yeah,
他
you
们对
don't
我们
chop
毫
my
无
people's
用
heads
处。
off without losing your own.
我们需要如此虎狼之师。我的目标十分明确。
心境澄澈，天下庶几可定。
坚如盾牌，势如利刃。
Dan Wei and Chao Zhou are oath sworn. Yo Bin and Dan Wei are rivals, but Yo Bin is dead. Well, that was a
平
rough
息
one.
战乱。快去！怒吼
Wait.
吧！
Tackle Dong Lai.
我
Was
军智
anyone
略
sponsoring
胜敌
those
军一
two?
筹。
No, I don't believe so.
对此加以利用吧。
Wen Hui and Tishu Yu become friends. It does mean we should be able to raise another army though. Question is, who would be in command? We might as well wait a turn and let Wei Wen command it. He was the one that just commanded the one that got beat. He's 58. going to want a captain that's about 48. We don't have a 48-year-old, but we've got close. Probably Jiang Shuangjuan will end up being his captain. So what we will do is raise her in Taiyuan.
居安思危，
And then
未雨
figure out
绸
who his
缪。
lieutenant's going to be. I don't know if Cal's still listening or not, but Zhongji could be called up, but I think Cal doesn't want him called up. Chen Chun might be a decent one, actually. 28 years old. We'll grab him.
深思熟虑。
And then, what is Wei Wun's personal retinue? Mounted Lancer Militia, Fist of the Bandit Queen, Saber Militia, Raider Cav. Okay, she's going to keep 2 of those spear guards because she's going to need to be the spears. He's going to switch over to a standard strategist's retinue. She is probably going to need to supply and provide, but not sublived, most of the infantry. So we'll give her some saber infantry.
山不厌高。
And I think that's all we can do for the autumn. See where we get. Oh, somebody just arrived near you, Ryan.
"看到众人汇集于此，我心
Interesting.
甚慰，以柔克刚，保持原样。
Guo 2 has found himself on his own,
消灭敌军。
and it's going to cost him.
我等信念如一，这便是上天的恩赐。
Su Pei Shu.
放他们回家去吧。
That's a level up
此
dance.
乃天意。
Jia Jie was killed, and Sir Shu Juan
时机
leveled
变动
up.
看乱逃命
55-year-old level 6 legendary commander, who also has legendary expertise. She has a preacher background. She's creative, stalwart, composed, selfless, philanthropic, and maimed. I feel like she definitely has some dignity on the go there. And we shall push her
行则同进，
to
战则
support
同逃。
Jiben. Ryan, Gao Gan has arrived in front of you with Wang Xi and Su Qiao.
平定天下，
Apparently balance of power is ever so slightly in his
不
favour.
行，
His champion is definitely a good duelist. And they have some mercenary archers. Some mercenary cavalry. They have Gen Sword Guard, Pearl Dragons. Let's move forwards onto the edge of our territory and go into ambush stance.
拿起武器，讨平逆贼，匡扶天下。出其不意，
Done.
攻其不备。
Right.
永不为奴。
Zhongjang. He's going to take Yinchuan farmland.
这就是轻视我等的代价。不占此城，乃是无礼。
I will pay to resume construction. Doesn't feel like a Zhongjang thing to particularly pay for doctors.
绝不畏惧。
Right. Wei Wen doesn't like either of them.
威加海
Doesn't
内，
particularly
乱世
matter.
随定。
And then his forces can replenish on the march, to be honest.
违令者斩。
众将听令。
居安思危，未雨绸缪。不辱使命。
That'll do. I like the food reserve system in this game. It means running out of food isn't an immediate kick in the face, but will still punish you if you don't maintain your economy. Yeah, I like it too. I think that'd be another interesting thing to see in Total War Warhammer 3. There's a few things that I would personally take from the Three Kingdoms into future Total Wars. Marzoon captured again.
放了他们，
Zhongyi,
都放了吧。
Shizhenan.
亮，我可不是薄情寡义之人，一统天下。
让敌人的鲜血在
You
白
rent
石之
go
上绽
replenish
放吧。
in there. Zhongjang and Chuan Qinju are friends. Okay, I find that a little bit hard to believe. Master's leather was gained over here. Unfortunately, it's Doomsday's loot, and he's not here to do anything with it.
全军听令，齐心协力。
Just gonna move down there.
出发。 保卫营地。
Right, that's all we can get done for the winter. Push on into spring, and to be honest, spring we might just finish the spring turn and end the stream rather than trying to push another year. Where did you come from? Okay, he ran away from you, Ryan. A long way away. Oh dear, what's happening there? Zhongjang gonna die? What, in spring?
你在这儿虽然不讨喜，
Jarji will sign peace with us and pay us a ridiculous, well, not a ridiculous, but 23,000 copper for 2 years. You know what? Since he's going to pay us an extraordinary amount of money, for me, Ryan, it's not about us focusing elsewhere. He's not a problem to us. But what it does is promises him that we're not going to attack him, so he can use his forces against our enemies. So we'll do
为
it.
止吧。
she's alive. Jingpei gained the Intrepid trait. Grand Treasury Mint was finished in Shihe. Why has he run off up there?
根壮而后，枝叶繁茂。一统天下，一统天下，为天下黎民。大义将临，
Not that he's a problem,
莫
it's
敢
that he
不
doesn't
从。
need to be an inconvenience. Yeah, I guess.
吾等大义必将降临此城。
团结一致。全军前进。
I think we've got him boxed in up there. Wang Jian and Chun Zhe rather, are oath sworn. Which brings us to Jiang Wan again, Ryan.
时局变动，戡乱讨逆。
Cal, thank you so much for the host, bud. Appreciate that.
欲使树林繁茂，
Let's go punch them on the
先斩
chin.
除病树，
Lel.
恢复原样，
Funny
心
jokes.
怀荣耀，全力奋战。
Are we doing this? Let's delegate.
每打赢一场，天下就安定一分。
Cool. All your farms are belong to us. Occupy.
我治此城，必使之日以应时。
It's Chun Jun that's leveled up. 41-year-old level 4 strategist with a rogue background. Kind-hearted, relentless, feared and bright. You know what? Relentless, feared and bright almost feels like it should be Stifling Deluge. So we'll give him that. Apparently she can reach Wang Shu, and he's in forced march. So that eliminates him from the... Not how that works. From the map.
尸首尽弃于此，以儆效尤。
Sugar. Wang Shu was captured.
我用不上。
Cao Jie. Oh dear. Uh-oh. Kind of feel like she needs to be deaded. Execute the turncoat and get her stone pig.
杀了他们，以
The
儆
other
效
one
尤。
can go.
我所看重之人，皆是精兵良将。
Zhongzhang and Kan Qingmeng have become friends.
勿忘大志，给我闪开！
全军注意！
She close enough that the town would help? Not really. However, Wang Yi can get close enough to trap her in there, or at least get in
满怀
behind
信
her.
念，
So,
奋力一战，锐不可挡。
ah, you
目
bish,
标明确，
you bish.
我军必
Alright,
胜
we'll。move Danwei to protect Wang Yi. We also need to move Wei Wen.
心有所欲，因而导之。
And Wenhui is not exactly in the best of positions. Donglai farmland has, yeah, they've got quite a lot of troops
聚气凝神，
by comparison.
静下心来，开战！
I think we'll attack it anyway.
拿起武器，立马
Starve
出
them
击！
out. Our men must get really sick of capturing people by now. We keep letting them walk. Yeah, I mean we do, but... Alright, what reform are we going to pick? Kind of want to get that just because I feel like maybe it's part of the purple tree, and like if we grab that it'll finish the purple tree. You know what? I'm going to go for the Mandate of Heaven. So we're going to get Municipal Overseers. The city, unlike outlying provinces, must be meticulously managed on every level. And I actually think we are going to go for one more year, because I just realised, as much as it looks like we're approaching the 3-hour mark, we had a 10-minute intro time, so there's actually 20 minutes left. So we will do a save and try and get to spring of 241 before we finish. So pop the save, push on. The Duchy of Song will sign peace with us. The Duchy of Song can go to hell. And now they're going to fight us, which we would apparently lose.
必须
Let's
保
run
存
away
兵
then.
力，以图后用。
Wenhui is in deep doo-doo. I believe that's the technical term for the situation he's in. He's apparently drawn 3 enemy armies over there for some reason. May have to recall the retinues to escape. Yeah, I was considering that. Jarji signed a peace treaty with the Duchy of Song. Dutiful versus fraternal. It is unjust, you consider, to be loyal to one lord without ever questioning their greater motives? Or is it unjust, sorry. The mandate of heaven has forever shifted according to celestial discretion. Should not you also bend with the winds of heavenly guidance? No, we're going to stick with the loyalty because that's what Zhongjiang is. You know your friends and they know you. Together, you know you can succeed.
心境澄澈，天下
Li
庶几
Jie
可定。
get indebted. That actually looked like she just punched a child because of the height. Oh, game crash. Oh dear. Alright. Let's see how fast we can get this loaded back in. Come on, Three Kingdoms, get yourself updated, sort yourself out. I did break it, Reese. Apparently, you know, Three Kingdoms has an issue with you saying it looks like she just punched a child. Who knew? Who really knew? Boop. I am actually
我军已兵临敌军城下，
I'm looking forward to starting the new Cao Cao campaign when we get there, when she dies. And definitely looking forward to starting a Warhammer campaign as well.
若延误战机，待敌军援兵一至，则我军前功尽弃，万事皆休。兵起连年，烽烟不息，若不速速了结战事。
Right, it should be the end of the turn that we just finished. No, that doesn't make sense.
团结一致。
She's got no moves, so it must be. Yeah, it is. Hope the Warhammer one goes well. Probably never really get to tune in. Well, go away. Oh, he's going to attack us, isn't he? Yeah. Run away. I was thinking about that, Ryan. Depending on how many people like the Warhammer one, I may end up reducing, or 3K may end up getting reduced to 1 day a week anyway, at least for a little while, around the launch of Mandate of Heaven, potentially. I'm not sure. So the days might get reworked, and Warhammer I may move to Wednesday, just because Warhammer Wednesday makes a lot of sense. So if we're going to reduce Three Kingdoms from 2 days to 1 day, Warhammer may take the Wednesday slot, so you would be able to do it. Right, I'm going to try and do this and hope it doesn't die. Punch the child. Oh, well, that's way more violent. But it didn't crash. Is this real Chinese or gibberish like The Sims? It's real Chinese, Reese. Ooh, what was that? What did she just get? Dreadbringer. Oh. Well, she can't use it because she's a commander. But not Yuan Shu, her captain, can use Dreadbringer. Is there any reason he wouldn't take it? I mean, he's modest, but I think he's going to take it. Not Yuan Shu's going to use Dreadbringer. That was Gongsun Zan's spear. Is it? Has it ended up with us? Jibun and Not Yuan Shu are friends. Chen Jie and Not Yuan Shu are friends. Everybody's Not Yuan Shu's friend now that he's got Dreadbringer. Wang Jian and Si Shu Juan are friends. Wang Jian and Yao Zhou are friends. Chen Jie and Si Shu Juan are friends. Chen Jie and Yao Zhou. Lots of people making friends. Jibun has apparently become a pacifist. All of a sudden. Wait a minute, what? Oh, Zhang Hua, not Zhang He. You know what? Jibun, gonna try and take him out whilst we can. Killed Gongsun Shu, probably passed it down to his son. Yeah, but he was a strategist, so he couldn't have had it. Zhang Hua. Release. Chen Jie has leveled up again. That's like the third time in this episode Chen Jie has leveled up. 33-year-old level 5 Vanguard with a warrior background. He's agile, brilliant, fiery and energetic. We're definitely giving him passion, which just made him legendary. Right. That's them moved. I'm gonna move him before I forget. His army's actually fully replenished, so we can pop him into a forced march. Ryan, what would you like to do with Zhangguan? Like, right in the heart of China. Head towards Chun Imperial City.
时局变动，
Charge!
讨逆，
Zhongjiang.
厚道总比庙堂之上滚滚诸公
We are
干
going to
净
bring
多
back out that side.
坚如盾牌，势如利刃。路径明晰，
Dan Wei and Wang Yi are going to continue
前进！
pursuing her.
三思而后行。
Right, Wen Hui is actually past general retirement age. Ti Shuyu is also past general retirement age. And
山不
Juju
陡，
is
无以成其高。
45. So I think the best thing to do
不断前行。
is move them into our territory
你叫我，
and then recall the retinues. So
大人
basically
有
they
何
are
吩咐？
telling their entire army to
大人到
leg
此，
it.
横
It's
必
every
生
man for
辉。
himself. Get yourself home. Which should mean that we can raise a new army. And the most likely commander by age would be Zhu Pu or Jing Pei, but since Jing Pei is disgraced and Zhu Pu has no experience, I think Juju might get a slightly early start. He's 45, he's almost 50. So we'll have to wait until next turn to raise him. Although, saying that, everybody's the same age as him. Skaney! Hey, welcome to the stream. How is your Monday going? You think this game is worth? I mean, I'm probably not the best person to ask, because I love the period and I'm a big fan of Total War games. But I think it's worth it. There is also the new Mandate of Heaven DLC coming out in a couple of weeks, so, you know, that dramatically changes some of the stuff that you can do in the early game. We're going to end the turn for this turn. I really didn't like the period historically or aesthetically. Wardog streams converted me. Hey! My streams converted someone. What the hell? Oh, okay. You can have it. Yeah, if you have you played any other Total War games, Skaney? Or would this be your first one? It would be the first. In terms of your first Total War game, I would recommend this one over the rest of them, because the diplomacy in this one is much easier to understand. I'll show you in a second. Living in harmony. Those who share a love of romance and the arts are destined to be drawn to one another. Harmony is achieved through the kinship of kindred spirits. These two friends find a common interest in their love of the arts. Dan Wei and Cai Yingmeng. So yeah, diplomacy in Three Kingdoms, Skaney, is basically like you could click negotiate and then you say like, oh, I want peace. This is how much they either don't want it or do want it. And then like you can click this button here and it basically says this is what you would need to give them in order to equal the number. So if you've ever played any Paradox games, it's very similar to the way their diplomacy works. But all other Total War games, this is the first one that's done diplomacy like this. The rest of them, it's practically a mystery. And it's very, very... it's not hard to understand for new players, but sometimes the AI makes diplomatic decisions that leaves new people wondering what happened. Whereas with Three Kingdoms as well, it has this where you can like hover over the character, and it tells you their personality. So basically, if they're going to betray you, this will tell you outright, this person's not to be trusted, basically. Whereas again, in previous Total War games, it's kind of hit and miss. It just sort of happens, and you're like, okay, what the hell? So if you were looking at buying your first ever Total War game, I would recommend Three Kingdoms just because the diplomacy is more accessible. But, you know. Yeah, Ryan's got a fair point as well. If you're looking for trying out the Total War franchise for the first time, getting Rome 2 for a lot cheaper because it's a lot older is probably not a bad idea. But again, like every other Total War game except this one, the diplomacy in it is much more almost... It seems random. It's not. There is an algorithm at work, but it doesn't tell you what's going on. So, like, you would not have that black and white bit on the diplomacy that you have in 3K. But if you're not sure and you're debating and you've not got a lot of money, yeah, picking up Rome 2 on sale or for less is probably not a terrible plan. Right. Guangchu Dian gained the honest trait. Se Shujuan and Lin Jingwan have become rivals. Right. The thing that confuses me is that these war screenshots in Steam are epic as fuck, but everything I see in streams is like map where one huge person just runs around. Yeah, basically whenever you start a battle, which you might see, well, you'll see as attack settlements, there's an option which in this game is called Delegate, which basically the computer weighs up your army versus their army and says, you would win, but you'll take this many losses. And some people play the game just that way. They never click the start battle button, but when you click the start battle button, that's what takes you down into the epic battle map, where you actually move your units, like your regiments around, and you throw them at each other. If you check out any of my previous VODs, or do !YT or !YouTube, that'll take you to my YouTube channel, where all of the previous episodes of this are on, and you'll probably find a battle fairly easily just by skipping through that stuff. And that will show you what the battles look like. It's almost like two games in one. There's not really another franchise that does that the same way that Total War does. Thank you for the dropping the YouTube link there, Ryan. Ryan, you've got Sun Qian, not Sun Chuan, but Sun Qian, sort of chasing you down at the minute. If you attacked him where he's at, Chun Farmland's garrison, which is not to be scoffed at, would actually be able to help. Skaney, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Let's go kick his face in. Kick his face. I think he'll run, but yeah, thought he would. It's definitely too late in the stream. We're literally hitting the 3 hour and 10 minute mark, and given that I start 10 minutes in for the intro, this is basically the 3 hour of gameplay mark, so I would love to, but I don't really think we've got the time. He did run far. Do you possibly want to... I don't know if you'd be considered in their circle there, since you're straddling it. Welcome back, Imotech. Just in time for the end of the stream. We will be ending very shortly. Yeah, let's shuffle closer to Chun. Okie doke. Zhongzhang is going to maneuver herself to the edge of the river. Maybe even onto the river. We'll see. Let's see where we can move. Wei 1, 2. It's harvest. He should be able to get to your
朝廷
farmland.
乱贼，
Oh, hello.
成清四海，
Oh, there they
行
are.
不通，
Oh, shit.
不行，该当如此。振作起来！不，威加
Run
海
away.
内，乱世随定。
I'd say the only game that remotely has the whole turn-based strat combined with RTS is Mount and Blade. Yeah, it's similar. It's definitely a similar concept, but it plays out differently. But yeah, if you've ever played Mount and Blade, that works in a similar way. Where has that
深
lady
谋远
gone?
虑，齐心协力，行则同进，战则同跑，
Don't know.
一统天下，绝不动摇。
Well, they're going to
一鼓
continue
作
moving
气。
down there. Wen Hui's army has stood down. So we can now raise Juju's army.
正气如火，熊熊不息。
We might need to look in the recruitment pool actually, see if there's any young'uns. Oh, there's a young'un there. Right. Mei Chung's not getting recruited because he's 60. Mao Jia is 35. Fought for the Kingdom of Wu until 233. He can't be a spy, it's been 7 years since then. So I think we're going to recruit him. Le Ju is 26. Fought for Shu Han for less than a year, but that was 3 years ago, so we'll take him. And Zhang Quan has never fought for anyone. He's 18. He's definitely getting recruited. Mountain Bladers in Rodox, veteran pikeman. Yeah. How does a game where you can become a 100 stat man count as a turn-based RTS? It doesn't count as a turn-based RTS, but what Ryan's saying is the system of running around on the map and then fighting a fight and going down to a battle map where you control your troops a little bit is similar to Total War. Wen Hui is now retired from military service. And I am going to make him an administrator. Because why would we not do that? He gives construction powers, food production, is very basic stuff. Ryan, you're the Prime Minister. What should we put Wen Hui in charge of? Because I think he deserves to be given a commandery. The retirement home. Helpful. Actually, Tishu Yu is 60 and she's now retired as well. She could probably do with it, with being given a commandery as well. Yeah, but what are we gonna, like, what commandery are we gonna give them both? Do any of our armies need to move? I don't think they do. He still needs his subordinates, but... let's give him... Mao Jia wouldn't like him. Lu Ju would, although he's an additional vanguard. Shi Li Ning is 38, so she's probably not a bad captain choice. We'll give him her, and then Zhang Quan. Watching from my new tablet. I don't think I have court yet. Don't think I have court yet. Are you going to court? Ryan! What commanderies are we going to give Wen Hui and Tishu Yu? Stop talking Mountain Blade in my Three Kingdoms stream, god damn it.
要如高山一般屹立不倒。
We're gonna need to redo. We're gonna need to do his army as well. In game. You haven't got caught in game yet. Oh, okay. I have no idea. Well, thanks for your help, Prime Minister. There was all shitload of point making you the Prime Minister, wasn't they? Prime Minister, I don't know. Tell you what, Wen Hui can have the honour of being in charge of Taiyuan then. And then we need to find one for Tishu Yu. She actually lowers the food that it produces, but she does a lot of benefit, and she does a lot for commerce, silk and spice. So what makes the most commerce, silk and spice money? Probably Jin Chung, which actually does produce silk. So yeah, she's going to get Jin Chung. Might as well get that. Yeah, I already did that, Prime Minister. Right, let's get this guy's army sorted out. He's got Raider Cavalry, which he doesn't super need. He might as well keep the spears because nobody else is going to be able to recruit those. She needs to get a strategist's retinue. And he is going to need a basic infantry retinue. That'll work, I guess. Right. Harvest. So we've got autumn, winter and spring. We are 10 minutes over time already. I'm going to at least try and get to the end of winter, because winter tends to be the turn where officers die. So we'll know if... Like, the last thing I want to do is end in harvest, and then on day 17 we hit winter and Zhongzhang dies at the start of the stream. So we'll see what happens. We'll try and get to the end of winter at least. Oh my god, there's a lot of armies. Nope, they're both old. We're going to take Shangyong Weapon Craftsman.
每打赢一场，天下就安定一分。我至此城，必使之日益殷实。
莫要急躁。正在行军。
I'm going to move Ji Bun down that way, and then drop him into ambush, just in case anybody tries to go down that pass to get towards her. Ryan, you said you were going to go kick that bloke in the face.
法令必行。
3K is just a who's got the biggest schlong contest. That's a point they might have gotten Dreadbringer from the weapons crafter. We got a unique horse, they might have got a unique weapon. Maybe. I mean, I feel like you were right that Dreadbringer is Gong Senzan's spear. Dilu isn't on the map at the start of the campaign. It comes as an event horse. Usually its own event. But if Gongsun spear starts on the map, it's probably just bounced around. Like, somebody has to have it. It just happens that one of the guys we beat had it. Are we... I know it is his spear. I did a Gongsun campaign. Are we kicking this dude in the face? Well, that's your army, not his. Oof! He's got an ancient silver sword. What does he do? He does quite a bit of damage. Yes, we are. It'd be a Pyrrhic victory, but it's still a victory. So, Skaney, if you're still here, I'm not sure if you are, but if you are, usually we click the delegate button because I don't like to fight every single battle on the stream, because then you don't get a lot done. But if you clicked the start battle button, it would take you to the battle map that you've seen the screenshots for. Night battle and delegate. Oh, you actually captured Sun Chen. You also captured Ling Ning Xiang, but we'll come to her. Execute, I want that sword. What about Ling Ning Xiang? Release. And the prisoners? No, Dylan, you don't have to fight yourself. How long have you played Three Kingdoms? She can tell the rest about how they got their ass whooped. What do you... Okay, hold up. Rao B was killed, ancient silver sword. I am guessing that you want to replace the warblade with the ancient silver sword. Well, shit. Dylan's like, I didn't know you could do that shit. Yes, I want my sword. Remind me next turn, Ryan, because I don't think we've got a plural of it, but we can look at sending the warblade to somebody else next turn if you want to do that. But what do you want to do with your movement for this turn? I killed a man for this sword. I killed many men for this sword. Come on, choppy chop, because we're running over. Well, we've already run over, but let's go towards Yangzhou farmland. Okie doke. Zhongzhang's kind of staring Sun Quan down. You know what? You can stay there because it's about to be winter. And you can start advancing. Okay, he can definitely get her. You take the temple. A would-be assassin. Whilst establishing control in the newly occupied town, one of your officials is set upon by a particularly burly local. The attacker is a bona fide warrior, but the targeted official is also an ex-soldier, aptly skilled in combat herself. After a spectacular duel, the assailant is eventually subdued and detained. Nice, she didn't even get wounded. You know what? I'm not even going to have you attack her. We are just going to put you next to the temple and we'll get her next turn. That's all we can do. So we will swiftly proceed on. With shiny new sword around. New sword!
你在这儿虽然不讨喜，
No.
真是无礼。
It's so shiny, Zhongjang is going to die. Maybe. Maybe she will. Oh, there's a lot of people on the move. It's winter. We got another horse. This time it's a grey stallion. And Zhongjang is still alive.
力求上进。
Can they reinforce in that stance? Yes. Okay.
做好准备。
Let's move her up to there. And we'll jump on them. They will both die though if they lose, right? I don't. Yeah, they're just both wiped out, so that's what you get for forced marching.
乃成天之恩泽。
Oh yay, we gained a water clock. And some bloke with a hat. Han Zudao. You're getting released, I think.
他们受的苦也够多
And
了，
Lo Lu
放他们
also
回
getting
家去。
released. And then you can head over there.
团结一心，居安思危，未
Yen
雨绸
Shu
缪。
has leveled up. 47-year-old level 7 legendary vanguard with a hunter background. Direct, fiery, trusting, philanthropic, modest, cordial, and energetic.
冬日暗弱，不可迷失前途。
Direct, fiery, and energetic is pretty intense. Wang Yi we know about. Tishu Yu has leveled up as well. She's a 60-year-old level 5 legendary sentinel with a trader background. She's direct, ascetic, philanthropic, charitable, and vengeful. She's definitely tenacious. See, read the weapon. It mentions Zan in the flavor text. I think you just cut someone's foot off. I did. Or rather, Ji-Bun did. Right. That brings us back to Jiangwan, Ryan. I'll let you have a think, because
我郑江定会名扬天下。绝不留情。
let's sink Sun Quan.
此战世间
And,
无人不知。
Sun Ren as well. Ooh, we captured Sun Ren. She's rivals with her brother and Cao Pi. She's 51. We'll release her.
俘虏也要吃
And
饭，
Fu
我
Wan,
放了吧。
73. I doubt he's agile. Yeah.
我用不上他们。立刻群敌。
Song Jian has leveled up which is
下毛
Sarah's character. We'll get back on the land.
万万不可！
He can't reach us, which is excellent. Ryan, you said claim the farmland for some wench.
天命在此，
Okay.
绝
There's
不
an
留
army
情。
nearby. What we doing? I actually think I'm going to end the stream when we finished this winter turn. We're not going to do the spring turn as well. Because then it's going to be pushing 4 hours. Delegate.
福之妙计，算无一策。
And with the settlement. No, David, she's not dead yet. I can't honestly imagine it's going to take much longer. In fact, I reckon within the next 2 streams she'll be dead for sure. Occupy.
占领此城乃是谨慎之举。
David, thank you so much for the 4 months with the Twitch Prime coming in there. Continued Wolfpack member, continued supporter of my streams. Thank you so much, buddy, and I really appreciate the Twitch Prime as well. Right, you chappos cannot reach anybody
诸
up
位
that
猛
way.
士，随我征战！
当断则断。
一往无前。
4 months. Oh, almost forgot about Juju's army,
谨遵
which is
命
fully
令，
replenished, so we can put them in
准备行动。
march.
前进！
And then apparently somebody else has leveled up. Who? Oh yeah, it's Wang Yi and Song Jian, isn't it? Right, that looks like all of the military moves that we can make, guys. Zhongjiang still not dead, despite being 68 years old.
败者寇。
I'm very, very tempted, and I'll probably put this out on the Discord, to reduce the Zhongjiang Let's Play down to 1 episode a week, because I'm fairly sure at this point that she's not going to last the next 2 anyway. And then have Wednesday be the first day for Total War Warhammer instead. But I'm going to put that in the Discord, I think. But, like, what do you guys think? Because I don't think we're going to get more than 2 episodes out of her, and I'm actually a bit worried that she's going to die very early on in one of them. But we'll see. I've still got a sizable chunk of people here. Thank you guys Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me see if I can find somewhere we can raid. If she dies early on, we just finish that episode and then call it time on the stream. If she dies late on, then I'm happy to just end the stream slightly ahead of 3 hours. But like, if we start the stream and she dies 15 minutes in, I'm not ending the stream after 15 minutes, so what would we do? Oh yeah, no, yeah, we keep playing even though she's dead. Yeah, that was the other alternative that I thought of, was keep playing with the new faction leader, but the campaign would be over at the end of that episode. That was probably what I was going to do. But I still think that maybe reducing it down to 1 episode whilst it's in its twilight is not a bad idea. There's a couple of options for raids. We almost always seem to be raiding the Rebel King. So I don't really want to just keep raiding Rebel King, but there's not really anybody else on, unless you guys want to do a City Skylines raid and see what Imperial Jedi's up to. End the turn and see if she dies. She's probably not going to die going into the spring turn. Usually they die coming into the winter turn, which is why I wanted to get to this one. But she's probably not going to die going into spring. They do die sometimes earlier than winter, but I think winter is the, like, the game kills off a lot of the people in winter. What do we think, guys? Do we Rebel King is streaming Total War Attila, but I think he's doing a medieval mod because he's playing as Kingdom of Georgia. And then Imperial Jedi is playing City Skylines. Which one would you rather do a raid on? Let you guys choose. She might. Well, yeah, but I'm not just going to keep pressing the end turn key because she might die. Yeah, I've heard vaguely about it. It's apparently basically Medieval 3. That's what people are claiming, at least. Alright. Apparently you guys don't want to make a decision, so I guess I will. Probably drop out before I launch the raid anyway. Okay. Well, we shall raid Jedi then, I think, just for a change, because we always seem to raid Rebel King at the end of a 3K stream. So, we're going to raid Imperial Jedi. He is playing City Skylines, but if everybody who comes along could stick around for 2 to 5 minutes, that'd be great. When you get in there, make sure you make some noise. Repurpose some Oh My Dogs, because it looks like we're all barking when we get in there. And we are a little bit barking mad. I'll be back on Wednesday, the 1st of January, with the first stream of the 20th. It may be Zhongjang, it may be Total War Warhammer. We will see what my community decides. But in the meantime, thank you all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a great New Year's Eve celebration tomorrow. I will see you all in the new year. And for the time being, it's going to be War Dog out.